Day. So we just saw Mother's Day Part 2.
It's the perfect Mother's Day movie.
I would so rather take my mom to this than Mother's Day.
It is the better choice.
Yeah, this actually wasn't planned. We were just gonna see Mother's Day today, because, you know, we wanted that to be the only movie we watched today. And when I was checking the time for... I was double checking to see what time Mother's Day started. I'm like, 4:10. And then above it, on the AMC site, it was like, tonight only... re-releasing Purple Rain. I look at you, I'm like, if you're down, you want to also see Purple Rain at like 8:30?
Well, like, I'd never seen it before. And I'm not like a huge follower of Prince's music, but I'd heard of it, so I was like, well, what's the plot? And it's like, well, you know, he's a singer, and he's called The Kid, and his dissatisfied band. I'm like, all right, dissatisfied band. You got me a dissatisfied band. All right, let's go see it.
It's the movie that they combined with a Godfrey Ho movie to make Miami Connection.
Yeah, when they started coming out, I'm like, Dragon Sound.
Yeah.
But like, it's a lot darker than I thought it would be. Because, I mean, I wasn't expecting extreme camp or anything. I was expecting, like, sexy, seductive stuff like Prince. But, I mean, the themes of it, I got it. There's some parts where it's like, why does this girl keep coming back to him? Like, he's such a dick to her.
I know. I'm like, this movie has some really interesting things to say about spousal abuse.
Yeah. She just... I don't know what she said to him, what they exchanged near the end, but it's like, it better have been a good excuse, because he was, like, beating her around.
Yeah.
And I get the themes of it. I loud and clear.
Yeah.
Which was done really well, like, after the suicide scene. I mean, that was a really beautiful scene.
Yeah.
But, like, it doesn't seem like there's a real closure to it, I guess. Like, it's sort of wrapped up in one of the 3 closing songs.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, I don't know, it feels like there should have been a little more to that. You know?
He sang I Would Die For You, which is, you know, what his dad said about his mom, mixed in with the many scenes where he's beating the shit out of her.
But then he tried to kill himself, so that's not really a good theme to end on, I guess.
He's fine.
Yeah, leave it ambiguous. He's probably fine.
He's fine. It's Clarence Williams III. He's all right. I have seen the movie before, but it's been a long time. Like maybe high school. I saw it when I was a kid. I don't know, sometime in the 80s. Because of course my mom showed me this. Of course she did. So yeah, I certainly remember it being like a darker type of musical movie with a lot more adult themes, sexual content, than say something a bit cheekier. Kind of like when Sarah and I went to Risky Business and she'd never seen it before and thought it was going to be a little more something like... She loved the movie, but totally, she loved it better than she thought she would, because she thought it was going to be something like Ferris Bueller. Oh. And it's really not. Risky Business is a masterpiece. I had fun watching this again. Man, Morris Day steals the hell out of this movie.
Who is he?
Morris Day and the Time, the rival band, the
villain?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my favorite part.
Oh.
Him and his lackey that's just like... shaking his head behind it. Yeah, they were my favorite part. And
by
like,
far.
Some of their songs, like, I'm like, these are supposed to be the bad songs? Or, like...
yeah.
Bach Hallelujah, whatever the one was.
Like, yeah.
A chicken Hallelujah song.
These guys have won this competition as far as I'm concerned.
Chicken gospel.
Yeah, like, you know what? I'm down with, like, Morris Day and the Time here. If this is a musical competition, I think they're the winners. I
think they were just knocking out one band, just knock out the girl band. And then keep having Prince. Yeah.
Yeah. Even them I liked a lot too, but
out of the 3, I would pick the other 2. Yeah.
Oh, sure, certainly. And they keep saying to Prince in this movie, like, like, I don't know, man, you're like not as good. The audience isn't into it, and not enough people are showing up. Even though I never really got that impression throughout this movie.
I couldn't tell what was supposed to be the bad performances and what was supposed to be the good. Like, they have this really intense scene when he's really angry.
Yeah.
He starts singing that Nicki song.
Yeah.
And he's, like, writhing around on stage screaming. But I'm like, this is a good performance?
It is. It's a fantastic performance. He gives nothing but good performances in this movie.
And the guy, he's in rare form tonight. But I didn't get what that meant. I'm like, does that mean bad form? Is this supposed to be? I guess. They act disappointed. They're like, it's really slow tonight. I'm like,
it really doesn't look like it. It looks like they're really into his music. Like, the audience they're not booing. The audience, it seems like a packed house. The only difference is at the end he made them all cry, but then he jizz guitared on them, which was amazing.
He jizz guitared and then
so good. Oh, so good. Like, cause he oozes sex appeal in this film.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
his guitar is his dick. Like, that's just what his dick looks like. Like, move over John Holmes. Like, John Holmes is huge, but he can't play some sweet tunes with it. Prince can. So, like, there's, like, he's fucking, like, he's masturbating with it. There's, like, practically an oral sex scene with the other girl, like, with her face in front of the guitar. Like, goddamn, man.
That was, I think, during the bad performance, too.
So good. And I was kind of like you I thought the movie was, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it. After he sings I Would Die For You, I'm like, okay, the movie's probably going to end. And then he starts playing a third song.
It just kept going.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know if we really needed this third song. Like, this kind of keeps going. Like, they should really be wrapping this up. But when he jizz guitared on him, and at the end, I'm like, you know what? I stand corrected. The movie needed to keep going.
It's the perfect way to end it.
Yeah.
Jizz guitar.
Oh, perfect. Amazing. That would have been awkward if that happened at the end of either the song Purple Rain or I Would Die For You. Like this serious song he's singing, and it's showing him in Apollo. Purple Rain. Weird. Like, if only this movie was in 3D.
Oh no! If only Mother's Day had ended this way. Instead of that stupid monkey costume dick joke.
Yeah.
Jizzing guitar.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they needed.
Was Mother's Day rated R?
Yeah, they threw a fucking in there.
They did, but they muted it at the end with Julia Roberts.
So they only had the one.
Yeah, so they got the one.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Purple Rain. It was what I expected and more. Kind of like, because, well, I didn't expect it to be as dark, but I mean, like, the vibe of it, the 80s vibe and the look of it,
good.
like, yeah, there's no mistaking the time period.
Absolutely not.
The audience, all the close-ups of 80s people with terrible 80s haircuts, every single one of them.
I believe you mean amazing 80s haircuts.
So moved by the music.
I had the worst hair when I was younger. Like, I wish I had, like, the hairstyles of the people in this movie. I didn't. Like, late 80s, early 90s, I had, well, in the early, mid-80s, it was just kind of combed over. But, like, in the late 80s, early 90s, I had, like, racing stripes and, like, spikes. It was like, oh, God, it was like fucking, like, Vanilla Ice had a car accident with the Terminator. And a ponytail. It was very unfortunate.
Well, if you had Prince's hair, you'd be set.
Fuck yeah.
'Cause that's fucking amazing hair.
It's fantastic hair. If I had the Prince hair, the 5 o'clock shadow, I'm short like he is. Actually, I'm like 4 inches taller. He's 5'2".
Oh, wow.
He's very short. Wow, I feel tall next to you. Sweet. Man, he just like, he has line readings in this movie that aren't great.
Everyone in the audience laughed when he goes, "Where are you, motherfucker?"
I did too. Because he goes, "Where are you, motherfucker?" And then he does this quick spin after he does it.
He's looking for his abusive dad.
Yeah.
Because his mom is all beat up outside the house, and he goes looking. So it's supposed to be a serious scene.
Yeah.
But then the audience, everyone, and you could tell huge Prince fans in the audience. It wasn't huge, but you could, like, a big audience, but you could tell,
Yeah.
you could hear people singing along with it.
Oh yeah, I was tapping my foot along with it.
But everyone was like, when that line was read, was laughing at it.
I did too. I was snickering too. But he does, and that scene as well, because he's about to beat the shit out of his dad. Then he finds him, and his dad's playing the piano, and
Like, it
never
seems
mind
like-
mom outside.
Yeah, and then he's just like, hey, I want to look at your music, Dad. It's like, so, you know, you should probably address
You should
this
really-
before you start
let-
asking about the tunes.
Let's address the elephant in the room that mom is still beat up and outside on the
Yeah.
street.
She gets the short end of the stick in this movie. I don't think she gets much of a happy ending there.
Not at all. Absolutely not.
But, you know, purple rain.
Yeah, but jizz guitar.
Jizz guitar.
As long as the guitar has a climax. Sure, that works. I do like that both the kid and Morris Day are horrible people in this.
Yeah.
In completely different ways. The kid with the fucking narcissism and is smacking his girlfriend and then about to hit her again when he sees she's drinking and possibly being a sociopath. And then Morris Day, who might as well be Dolomite if he could sing. He's just kind of an ass, really. Like him and Jerome, who are walking down the street, and that girl comes out to yell at him, and he just throws her in the dumpster.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yes. Take care of this. Okay.
They even do like the stupid like setting up the password scene.
Like the who's on first type scene.
Yeah, where, I mean, they've done it in a lot of things where it's like, what's the password? What was the password? You got it. What's the password?
Yeah.
And it just keeps going forever. But it's funny the way that they do it, where it's like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be funny, but it is.
It is, because they're just naturally funny.
Or they have a scene where they both put on sunglasses.
Yeah.
And then just look at each other.
And do this double take. Their comedic timing is brilliant.
Yeah, that's
like,
great.
When right before Prince goes out and sings Purple Rain, and it's of course after his dad tries committing suicide, and then Morris Day and the Time are up there singing, and then they're backstage and they walk by his room and they stop, and Morris Day just goes like, "Hey kid, how's the family?" and keeps walking. It's like, that's a terrible thing to say. God damn, this guy's got comedic chops. Fuck. I love this guy. They again, like, they completely steal the movie. They're really funny. And Prince, Morris Day and them, they're better at the line delivery than Prince is. But Prince does have screen presence. He absolutely does in this movie.
He doesn't have lines for a long time, but your eyes are drawn to him. And
Yeah.
from what I heard, I was expecting worse acting from him, and there were certainly some parts that were not good.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think it's because he just has this charisma about him that makes you just want to watch him. So a lot of the time he's a lot quieter and just sort of like, you know, one sentence or two, and that works out just fine.
It does. Even the lines that don't, it's exactly what you said. Even the lines that don't come across as being read too well. It's his face. It's how he carries himself physically in the scene, especially for a short dude. His eyes, especially, like he's entertaining. He's absolutely entertaining. It doesn't, like, look, he wasn't gonna win like any acting awards for this movie, but it doesn't make it like a so bad it's good kind of performance. It, like, there is good stuff about the performance that makes up for some of the shortcomings of it.
There's like a mystery to him that seems like kind of like he's not quite part of this world. Because the way that he dresses so over the top, and the way that he just doesn't say a lot of stuff, but there's sort of meaning behind
Yeah.
his expression and what he's doing. And even when he's being an asshole, you still like him, even though when you think about it, it's like, I mean, he wasn't any better than the bad guy.
No.
I mean, in the bad guy, he had some moves and some chops too. So it was like, yeah, he's not Prince, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, no one is like more deserving than the other of this, I guess.
It's the Tony Manero effect, John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. Terrible, horrible person, but it doesn't take you out of it. Doesn't make it like, I hate this movie because the main character is an asshole. No, it's just the character that we're following around in this world, in this universe that they've built here. In Saturday Night Fever, you have a lead character who's just an absolute terrible person, but it's this guy who has these real world problems and real issues, and then due to his dancing, kind of comes alive in the nightlife and everything, and is sort of looked upon as this dancing god, even though during the day he's kind of a loser. And both movies deal with narcissism in completely different ways, and they're smart about it. They're smart about having these really, really deeply flawed characters, but making you care about the story that they inhabit. Both very different kinds of movies. Both very, very dark. Both darker than people seem to like. For people who haven't seen Saturday Night Fever, there's a lot of people who haven't seen that movie who assume like, oh, it's probably just like Grease. And it's wow, no.
And then you get like suicide
and rape, and like, this is nothing like Grease.
Grease is the word.
It's also nothing like Moment by Moment.
Well, it's no Battlefield Earth.
Oh, nothing is. Can you imagine Prince in Battlefield Earth? Because I kind of can.
He kind of fits with the aliens.
Yeah. Like,
he is such a kind of alien presence.
That would have been the quadrilogy right there. Purple Rain, Graffiti Bridge, Under the Cherry Moon, and Battlefield Earth.
His masterpiece.
Yes.
Battlefield Earth. That would put the movie over the top, because as it is, it's funny to talk about. Battlefield Earth, hard to watch. But I think if it had Prince in it, I don't know.
I'm kind of a Travolta mark, so I actually find Battlefield Earth pretty easy to watch, like, as a bad movie. Because it's horrible, it's terrible, but I just love John Travolta, so I'm like, and he's having a blast in that movie. I'm like, this is awful, but I've seen it a few times. God damn it.
I think that's basically what it is with the Prince movies and Prince fans, because this one did well, but the other ones didn't. But I feel like they're still cult classics because
of him.
Because of Prince.
He was a talented dude, like, phenomenal. Jesus Christ, like, just, even if all you know of Prince is just having seen this movie, like, just, he was a master guitarist, like, he had the stage presence alone, like, hell, in the first 5 minutes of this movie, where after he gets off stage after singing the opening song, and he's just like looking Apolloni in the eye, like, fuck, man, like, I got hard on watching this. And the movie's just starting. Thank God I have my popcorn on top of my lap. What's this?
You gotta wait for the guitar jizz. You can't come yet.
This is gonna be over. I got blue balls so bad. It really hurts. Like eating popcorn, like, what's this in there? Oh, right, my dick.
Oh, it was, it's I mean this in a good way, an exhausting movie, because you watch him performing, there's so much energy to it, and it just keeps going, like, you're like, oh my god, like, that's a lot of stamina to be able to do all of that. Yeah. And for a movie, too, he's got to do so many takes of that, too, so it's not just the length of the song, it's, I mean, it's a lot.
That's a lot of guitar stroking.
A lot of guitar stroking. I love, too, the conclusion for the bad guys is just, Prince is so damn good, they're like, all right.
You know what? This is a good song.
Yeah.
All right. Even the girl in the dumpster is in the alley, like also dancing. Like, she's still there. It had to have happened like weeks ago.
Well, she liked it. That's why it's okay.
Oh yeah. If only they also re-released Batman as well.
Just the bat dance.
Just the Bat Dance, yeah.
Just the bat dance on a loop.
That's Batman is still some of my favorite. Not that I'm a Prince expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I like a lot of his music. I love the Batman soundtrack. That's one of my favorite movies, so I fucking love that soundtrack. The Batman. I haven't seen Graffiti Bridge or Under the Cherry Moon in it probably over 20 years. I just remember them being not good. You know what? I'll probably still go back and watch them. Why not? Maybe they're on Netflix or something.
Yeah, maybe you'll be surprised. Maybe you can appreciate them more when you're older.
It's really good.
Well, maybe they're like funny bad at least.
Maybe, yeah. It's been so long since I've seen them. Like, it might as well be like I haven't seen them because it's just been so long. I barely remember anything about them. just like a little still, because I still see some, like you were talking about this earlier too, about still seeing like still shots of Under the Cherry Moon that pop up like on Tumblr and everything. And
yeah, I mean, like, you know, they're cult classics. I mean, people still talk about them. I can't judge whether they're good or not. But
because I honestly can't remember.
The gist I got is a lot of them are just sort of carried by Prince's sex appeal. It's really, you know, like kind of bizarre movies that are just in Prince's world, which was kind of Purple Rain.
Yeah, better than when we would see like Madonna movies that could be described as the same way. Like, you ever see Body of Evidence?
No.
Oh, it's when she's on trial for fucking a man to death.
I saw Todd's review of it, yes, but I have not seen the movie.
I saw that movie.
I don't know if it's one I want to see, really.
It's terrible. It's so bad. What the fuck was that movie? Like, I saw that when it first came out. So it was in theaters for a little bit, and then it went to VHS. And my mom and her partner at the time and I rented it. So I was probably 11, I don't know, watching Body of Evidence, like, is this what happens? Like,
can you really be fucked to death? Shit.
Wow. It's like praying mantises.
So, you've seen more of them than I have. How would you rank Purple Rain compared to other musician-turned-actor movies?
Like, compared to, like, Can't Stop the Music, or,
Well, I mean, like, I don't know, like, would you say there was one better than that, or where would you kind of rank it? Yeah.
Actor-turned-musician movies, so, okay, it's Purple Rain. I'm only thinking of bad ones because those are the ones I usually watch because of the site.
Well,
like,
I mean,
Can't Stop the Music, ABBA the movie, that was pretty good.
But most musicians turn actors, I think usually do turn in pretty bad movies, at least the ones I've been experienced with, so that's why I'm wondering. Because Purple Rain wasn't a bad movie.
No.
It's one that I wouldn't want to rewatch a lot.
No.
Because it's just sort of a heavy kind of thing to watch, but...
Let's see. Desperately Seeking Susan, the movie, Rosanna Arquette, Madonna, that was good. I liked Buster with Phil Collins. That one's not bad. There's The Wiz with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross. Ease on down the road. That's a classic.
I don't know, like, I guess I'm thinking of more like vanity projects versus like, I mean, The Wiz I wouldn't call a vanity project, but it has musicians in it.
Movies with the actress Vanity.
Like, fuck, wasn't she in that, Last Dragon or whatever?
Yes!
Yeah,
Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon?
Yeah, where they're looking for the glow.
Yeah!
Show enough. I love that one.
Oh, so good. She was in Action Jackson with Carl Weathers and
She's in nothing but the best.
ah,
Episode of Friday the 13th, the series.
oh yeah,
That one was creepy as shit.
yeah.
That one was probably the best thing I've seen her in. Well, I mean, Last Dragon's good too, but
Last Dragon and Action Jackson. Fuck yeah.
maybe a Tales from the Crypt. She was in one of those, I think.
Was she? I don't know if I
think
saw
with
that
John
one.
Rhys Davies. I think she was in that one.
Oh, okay. I
But,
haven't seen those in so long.
Yeah.
Got any final thoughts about the movie? Or
It's
anything?
good. I think if you guys are curious about it, it's worth checking out.
Yeah, I mean these tickets
It's
were.
a very time capsule movie for sure.
I'm down with that. I'm always at whether the movie's good or bad. I like me a time capsule movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I think I saw that it was a one night only thing, but maybe I could have been wrong. Maybe they'll show it later in the week too. So either maybe find a theater that's showing it. The tickets were cheap. They're like $5 a piece.
Yeah, well, the girl seemed confused. So
She
that could
was
have been a
re-
mistake.
Yeah, she was so confused. She's like, it's usually not this cheap. It's
Yeah.
like $5. All right, there you go. Like, sweet, my Stubbs rewards are taking care of this. Yeah, so maybe find a theater that's showing it, or
I mean, I'm
Give it
sure
a
it's on
rent.
Netflix. Yeah.
yeah, give it a rental. Find it somewhere. Check it out. It's a fucking good flick. And next week will be Captain America: Civil War. See ya.